My boy, welcome into the Zoom chat, photographer Noah. We are here with Joint Revenue Mentor, but you individually have been here since it was Matchmaker Locals. How the fuck are you doing this morning, photographer Noah?
Doing awesome. Thank you for asking. What about you?
My dude, I have literally got myself a smoothie right here in a mason jar, right? I have done a few hundred crunches. I have done some back exercises in our gym that we like to go to. And man, when I tell you I am sore as a mother effer because I have been running to the gym. You know, I don't like to park over there. I like to run over there, right? Your boy has actually got these mason jars to do some juicing, and dude, it is amazing how good this stuff tastes. So Noah, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, man? We have a long introduction. We have to tell people about stories that we've gone into. We have to tell people about events that we've been in. We have to tell people about a million collaborations that we've done.
Yeah.
Bro, please tell them how you got the name Photographer Noah and give us a little introduction about yourself.
Well, my name's Noah. I'm a photographer and I shoot models. I shoot exclusive content for influencers. I shoot at events. And so I shoot one-on-one special content for a lot of people. And how I got the name Photographer Noah was when I met this dude, Matchmaker Locals, who we started working together about 6 months ago. And he's helping me still to this day build out my profile. And so I've grown an awesome reputation that definitely does precede me for sure. And the rest is history. And we're really only just getting started.
We really are, dude. And that is a cool way to introduce yourself. You feel me? So, on that note, why don't you tell people how we literally first met up and then we'll start talking about like where we are now and the whole things and the plans.
Well, it was pretty crazy. I volunteered to shoot content at a lot of events, one of which was this women's bikini pageant called Miss Dare. And I was at two of them. The last one was the finale, where there was a 50 Cent performance.
Shout out to 50. You my dog. What up, 50 Cent? 50 Cent action. There we go, baby.
So he was actually so DJ so Chris was actually marketing this women's bikini brand that had a small pop up there, and I
Shout
was
out to
just
Capristan.
yeah, that's him. And I was just shooting photos of a lot of the women there. He was just kind of chatting with them, and we exchanged, and that's how we met. Crazy story.
Yes, sir. I remember I was chilling there sitting and then you were like, yo, my guy, can uh can we exchange numbers? I think we should hang out sometime.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, dude. I mean, I'm out here. And then and in that particular event, the reason I went there was 100% from a dog, 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent. So here's that story of how I ran into Capristan that day, right? That day, I am in the line downstairs at Dare, right? And I see that they have the talents coming in, the photography talents, the model talents, and then I see they have a bunch of racks that are holding bikinis.
mhm.
And I had just newly had my Matchmaker Locals Instagram in my perception, right? And it, because it felt new to me and I saw all these bikinis, I actually tagged Capristan and I actually tagged a place called Ravish Sands. Ravish Sands is a place where my bodybuilder girlfriends would buy their bikinis and shit, right? So Capristan, I literally tag him in a story and I say, man, I wish Capristan was here. And then I go upstairs and he was there. And he's like,
Yeah,
bro, I saw that. What the fuck? I was like, bro, remember like about 8 years ago in college, I was bringing chicks over to your house. He's like, bro, I don't even remember that. But you talking about it, I understand it. You feel me? And I was like, my boy, Capristan, listen, bro, your boy's been in sales for a long time and I don't mind, getting people excited in your brand because he was like more chill, relaxed. He set up the booth and stuff. So I came in and I pulled people, I got them excited to buy his bikinis. You feel me? And that
yeah.
really does help. And it's nice to have somebody who come in, promote. And he was like, bro, listen, if you can sell this stuff, I don't even mind giving you a little piece. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, that's how life works. So then
Mhm.
on top of that, at this time, I had newly just been on Fresh and Fit. So because I had been on Fresh and Fit, shout out to the Fresh and Fit podcast, Myron, Fresh, J Bills, Mo, Aaron C. Pogson, aka Big Mo, Icy. Melissa, Adri, where you at? Like all the people in the Fresh and Fit podcast, major shout out to you guys, man. We had done Matchmaker on Fresh and Fit. And at this point in time, I had already decided, like, you know what? Since I'm here and I see some girls, I don't mind, inviting a few girls to the show. Lo and behold, how many girls did you see me end up like really promote the show too when I was there?
A lot.
Like a whole list, right? Like everybody that was there, basically, I got a chance to meet me, including you at that time. So shout out to every one of you. If you guys were at that Dare event, we got a bunch of people to shout out. Shout out Erica. Shout out Francie. Shout out Caro. Shout out Christina.
Shout out
Shout out
Giselle.
Bianca. Bro, how many people do we know?
A
All right,
lot.
getting some shout outs right now. Shout out your models. Noah, we have a large network. Shout out everybody you can remember off the
I
top of your
will.
head. You might need to pull up your iPad and go to your Instagram to give some shout
Yes.
outs, bro.
Shout out. Well, you kind of pretty much mentioned all the ones. Shout out Nairobi. Shout out Maati. Shout out Yennefer. Shout out yeah, shout out Giselle. Shout out
Clara.
everyone. Shout out Clara. Shout out a ton of
Yo,
people.
shout out Javiana. Yo, dude, we could do this all day. Like
Yeah.
we listen. Everybody that knows me knows I got wiped off my Instagram. There was a hack. Your
Yeah.
boy's back new on the Instagram. Photographer Noah, have you seen the name of my new Instagram
I
handle?
have, yes.
What is it, my boy?
Revenue School was
Revenue Mentor Speed Dating. Go ahead and pull
yeah,
that up because we're going to be
yeah.
doing a lot of networking through there. And
All right.
everybody, please go following me right now because my follower count is backwards. It wasn't backwards before, but right now I'm following more people than people are following me, and we can't have that happen. That's gross, right? That's disgusting. We don't need that. We need people out here. I need y'all boys to follow the boy right now. Please take care of me because the networking his game is going strong, and we need that stuff to happen right now, my dude. All right, so my boy Noah.
Yeah, hang on. Sorry, what was it again?
All right, so I already said it. It'll flash across the screen when we need it to, but go ahead. Go to your Instagram, see the people that you're following and stuff. And maybe if you want to give a few shout outs to them as we tell this story, there is a lot of good people, bro. We've only been chatting it up for the first 8 minutes of the game. We're going to be here for a little while. You don't even have to worry, my dude.
Oh yeah.
So from that Dare weekend alone, how many people do you think you networked with and met for the first time? Also shout out to Selena Powell. I had
Yeah.
seen her there. Selena Powell was on Fresh and Fit. Zaina, shout out to Zaina. She used to work for Fresh and Fit.
Shout out
Bianca, shout out to you. Bianca Michelle.
shout out to Perla, one of the girls there who I saw last night, who I've seen at a few events since then. Shout out to her too. Got some awesome photos of her last night.
Dude, let's talk about it, man.
Fantastic.
All right, photographer Noah, right? So after we meet up at the Dare thing, we have done a lot of collaborations. Let me ask you this. You're out here, you're giving out some photography. Why did you give out photography to Perla? What are some of the major plans that we have for
Well,
photographer Noah?
I never gave her out. I didn't like give it out for her. I just kind of ran into her at the casting I was at last night, and I ran into her at another event. And I was looking through a bunch of my old photos of Miss Dare, and I just found out that she was there. So I had edited a bunch of photos I got from her from a show, and the rest is pretty much like that's kind of how we met.
So, at the time that you had met me, I was just on Fresh and Fit and I just bought an apartment out in Miami. What are the first things that we did when we linked up for the first time out here in MIA at Brickell?
You showed me your place. We cold approached some girls in Brickell. We cold approached some people in South Beach, especially on Ocean Drive, where there's all those hot hostesses at the restaurants. And we did a few shoots at your place, giving really cool aesthetic looks.
Yeah, right, bro. We have how many models was there? There was that one girl, Hila. There was another girl, Yennefer, that you shouted out.
Yeah.
Then there was Nairobi. Bro, there was a lot. There was like a lot of people. I can't even remember everybody. We had done it so frequently.
Me too. Yeah.
Holy cow. And also, as you mentioned, as we called approach people in Brickell, Are we gonna get that footage, my boy? Because you know I gotta upload. You
I
gotta
thought I
upload.
sent, I thought I sent, I'll have to send it to you again, but I think I might have sent it to you already.
Nice. And do you think maybe we can expect some of that footage on the? Can you go ahead and go let bro for all the people that are watching? We gotta know where can we find you, bro? Where can we find this footage if we wanted to see it on your
I can
story?
send you a Google Drive.
Hmm.
I can send you a Google Drive copy of all of it,
But go
and
ahead and
that's where you
promote
can
your
find it for
Instagram.
sure.
Go ahead and promote your Instagram. Where can people find you and book you and all that good stuff?
So on my Instagram, I have Illustrator Noah Photography, which is my photography portfolio. And if you click the link below, it has my Revenue Mentors program, all my different packages, which are done through me and you
Yes, sir.
collaborating,
Yes,
collabing.
sir.
And so I have a wide variety of different packages to different services, catering to everyone's different needs for whatever the event may be or whatever kind of awesome content they want.
Sir, okay, so shout out to you, Biotech. Noah, go ahead and tell people about that collaboration. How is it that out of all the people in Revenue Mentor, you're the one who ends up with like a joint collaboration, packages all available on the page, completely like describing your services. How did that come about, my boy?
It came about because I'm still looking for like more opportunities and more paid opportunities. And it came about by me and you working together and us just doing a joint collaboration of both our services.
Yes, sir. So basically, what had happened is shout out to Noah. Me and him had spent a bunch of time saying, "Look, man, photographer Noah shows up to all these events. He's out here hustling, doing things with these models and stuff, taking their photos, building up their brand. You know, that's how we always bitched it. We never said, hey, we're gonna go the OnlyFans route. We never said, hey, we're gonna go and like do weird shit that they do
Yeah.
in this photography game. We always kept it very professional. We always said, hey, look at what Revenue Mentor is. We're out here helping people really build their brand. And I told every one of these ladies straight up, hey, look, if you want to build your brand, get your portfolio, talk to Noah, and then to supercharge your brand, go on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Shout out to Chris, bro. You know we coming back, man. My Instagram is here. Chris from Fresh and Fit, Aaron C. Poxon. Let's go. And as soon as that happens, you know, you get a chance to really put yourself in like the limelight. And if you have a good thing to say on Fresh and Fit, and as a girl, you can really take this moment to really put some incredible branding out into the world, you know, and that can go manifest in a couple different ways. If you have a lash business, you can promote your lash business. If you have a nail business and your nail business is helping people in the community, you can go ahead and promote your nail business, and then you can also say like, hey, a portion of these proceeds feed the homeless or feed or like, you know, put shoes on kids in Africa. So we really leveraged this out and gave ladies a huge chance to market themselves and leverage their online persona to really maximize whatever they wanted to, you know. So we really have a whole list of people that we were helping out. And then on top of that, as per Matchmaker, bro, you yourself had also approached the boy for some dating, bro. Tell them about some one-on-one coaching that we've done so my boy photographer Noah can get himself in the dating game as you have and cement himself as the world's ultimate player slash gentleman, of course, like 007. Let them know about some of the experiences we've had, bro.
So we've gone out to clubs. We've gone out to clubs. We've gone out to universities. We've gone out to all sorts of cool places where I've approached women. I've had action with women on our nights out.
That's true.
And he's also been coaching me, and you've also been coaching me
Yes,
about
sir.
setting up more dates and different tactics on how to meet girls through doing what I do for sure.
Yes, sir. And it is both working and also needs improvement. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Because it's not like we're just gonna call it game, right?
Yes.
Game would be like the total packaging of like charisma and charming and arousal and fun and ability to like if sales was closing the deal, game is kind of like closing the deal with ladies, right?
Mhm.
And game in this context isn't going to happen overnight, or hasn't happened overnight. It's something. It's a tool that you sharpen over time, and we're just here sharpening that arrow so you can be better at pointing Cupid's arrow to your girl. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
strike her with a heart full of love, my boy. You know what I'm saying, big dog?
Oh yeah.
Yo, right? So, and another thing is that you've got a chance to kind of learn yourself in a way, right? What
Mhm.
are some areas where you think you're great with game, and what are some areas where you think you need improvement as of right now, which will obviously improve over time?
Well, I think I definitely do need area. I definitely think I do need improvement with arousal, kind of continuing a conversation and kind of being funny too, even if I know from like personal experience I'm not too naturally funny,
Yeah,
but I'm always open to that kind of improvement for sure.
comes over comes over time, right? And also,
Yeah.
there's some cool fun facts about yourself that you'd like to introduce to the ladies, right? Some of
Hmm.
the fun facts are about language, travel. Bro, take it away. Give us a little bit about that sauce that you like to sprinkle on the ladies from the
Well,
beginning.
that, but I try not to reveal all my cards on the table at
Right.
once.
Yeah, smart guy. But there could be a prospective listener watching, a girl who might like to slide in your inbox. So give her a little bit of the game now. Let her know what she's getting herself into. What kind of languages are you able to speak?
I know up to six. I speak English, Hebrew, French, Italian, some Portuguese, and some Spanish.
How'd
But
you
I'm
learn all
always
that cool
open
stuff?
to finding some people who can help me improve with it for sure.
Like, tell them about like your story about France and how you learned French and all that good stuff.
So I lived in Paris. I studied abroad in Paris for 4 months, and I basically I worked on French a little bit before before going to Paris for a few months. But I when I was there, I had class with American students where I was learning French. I spent a lot of time with native French people. I had a group of friends from there who like taught me a few things, and I just progressed in the course of 4 months.
Very cool. So then, also in between that time, I pushed you to do some street interviews, got yourself out there, developed your brand. Our online collaborations have become quite popular in the sense that everybody knows
Mhm,
my dog photographer Noah. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Because we're out here and we're hustling and we're pushing the brand. Bro, one more story before we get into this. Tell them about how we ended up on Love and Hip Hop and the people that we met out there.
Well, it was actually a crazy coincidence through you. You knew a DJ who was going to be at Love and Hip Hop,
Shout out
and
DJ Detox. You know the name. Yeah.
he brought us into it for free. And we met Black China. We met her husband. It was like really lit. It was
Derek
really lit
Milano,
to
Angela White. Shout out
yeah.
to you guys. Shout out to Black China. Black China, you are the most incredible, sweet, gave your life to God person ever. I do meet celebrities. A lot of celebrities don't turn their life around. It really seems like you did. And that's something we all love and appreciate to see you get focused in your path. Oh my, yo, Black China, shout out to you, man.
Oh
Because
yeah.
we need more people to be like that in this, like, you see Hollywood is like crumbling, bro. It's like we need
Mhm.
more people to be more focused about the priorities that really matter in the world. And Angela White, you embody that. Met you in real life, and you really are walking it how you talk it from everything I've seen, man.
Hell yeah.
And then of course Derek Milano, her I believe fiance, soon to be husband. Shout out to you, my boy. But as you were saying,
But yeah, that's how we did it. And we met a lot of other DJs too. We met a lot of other leaders of modeling agencies. We met a shit ton of people, and it was the life of the party.
yo, do you remember at that same thing where Angela White, aka Black China, Trick Daddy was there? Yo,
Yeah.
shout out to Junie. Junie, bro. Junie is literally my friend. She's a model from like all the way back in my college days, right? And right now she has a
Hmm.
TV show that she's on. And it's a really cool TV show. It's like four chicks that are just talking about like things that are important to them, right? And she's out there in Orlando. She's shooting this show every day. And then I find out she's like on Love and Hip Hop every day, bro. I haven't seen the episode of us on there, but we need to find it. It's
We
like on
do.
VH1 somewhere.
We
Whatever
do.
that episode is, we gotta like look into it because we're like just chilling in the back. And shout out to Angela White, man. I really felt like she came out of her way to like be kind and like
Mhm.
speak to me and talk to me and stuff.
Yeah, she did great.
And the security
She
guard
came out
wasn't
of her
really.
way to talk to all of us, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, she's very
Yeah,
personable.
she took a minute and made the rounds with all the guests and everyone. It's
Yep,
pretty
yep.
nice.
And I think that her kindness supersedes that security guard that
It
walks around with
does.
her. Because like the security guard was like, hey, I don't know if you can do all that, man. You got time, camera time. Like, it's crazy on the set, right? So now, it begs the question, photographer Noah, my guy, the myth, the man, the legend, well known, extraordinaire. We're gonna shift the conversation over you, my dude. How did you first get into photography?
Well, I've originally done it in high school. I was a yearbook photographer, and some of my classes I had in high school, I learned how to use a camera. My primary thing is illustration, where like I paint and draw for characters, for magazines, for comic books, for logos. But I've always been good with photography to where I can pursue that as a career. So it goes hand in hand with illustration. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now is mainly photography. And so
Why
I'm used,
does photography go hand in hand with illustration versus like let's say cinema or
it
other
goes hand in
things?
hand with illustration because as an illustrator, you need to have your own original images that you use to do artwork with. You need to have your own original images that you do drawings of, that you use for paintings, traditional or digital paintings. So that's how it goes hand in hand with with
Very
um
good.
with each
And in
other.
between that time, I've seen some of your work myself, right? We've talked about how to like maximize the potential out of the content. I've seen that you are able to actually draw some pretty cool drawings, and I've seen us like go out there and go record a lot of cold approaching, which is fun. We're definitely
Mhm.
gonna do some more of that very soon. And shout out to Model Beach Volleyball. It, there was a girl named Yes Rules. She's still around out here in Miami somewhere. But the first time I ever went there, she was there, man, and it has been something cool ever since then, right? So
Mhm.
Model Beach Volleyball is something where a bunch of models meet up out there on South Beach on 8th and Ocean. It's like they always do that. One year I went there, it rained, so that sucked, right? But like other times that I've gone there, it's been mad cool. And actually now, as I was telling you, some of the people that I know since then have ended up in like real brands, real movies, real like things over the years that they've started. Also I know a couple models that have been in movies now. Shout out to Nicolina, shout out to Joy Corrigan. Like just insane networking out here. You know what I mean? There is no limits if you're going to keep networking. There's really not, and that's actually what we're doing right now by doing this call. Because by the time we clip it up and send it out there, we're going to tag the right people, and they get a chance to see a showcase of what you're able to offer to the world. You feel me, Noah?
I do.
So you're doing yearbook photography. You're getting into illustration. I would say that you're definitely most popularly known for the photography part today.
Yes.
Now, what was your first camera and what made you get into the love of photography?
Well, my first camera is the one I still use, which is a Canon EOS, Canon DSLR Rebel T7. And I just like I said before, my primary talent was like drawing and painting, illustration. But even if I took pictures with my phone, I've always been good with photography to where I could pursue that as a career too. And so some of my best like beginning photography work on my photography portfolio came from a lot of my travels. And that's one thing that highlighted it. So like finishing college, I was kind of really just open to whatever, like looking for something with graphic design, looking for something with illustration, looking for something with photography. And so that's kind of what I did. I kind of was ready to like hop into whatever.
100%.
Made a big difference.
So in between that time, right? What made you start being more known for photography than the illustrator thing at this moment? Is it because you find it more easy to present, or it's just faster than drawing?
It's not really either one of those. It's just One thing, how quite a lot of people like the work I do with photography, and they like the work I do with illustration too. It just comes much further on because, yeah, I have to still show that to them later on. And quite a lot of people who I have worked with have seen like good improvements with the photography work I've done. And quite a lot of people know me from being at stuff, showing up to events and getting good photos of everyone. So that's how my reputation precedes me,
Yo, literally,
being
and
everywhere.
I know that you and I both have a huge network on your end just alone, right? You're always collaborating with like an influencer or some high-end model or someone that's
Yeah.
very popular, and that's just kind of how the game goes, right? It's just like extreme networking. So why don't you start talking about, another thing that you do, which is collaborations, my guy. One of the ones that you're most like proud about right now is your collaboration with Klarna, who's also been on Fresh and Fit. Shout out to Fresh and Fit family. Go ahead and describe that collaboration, my dude.
So through
Clara.
I met Clara through one of these professional photographers I work with, who I met through a fashion company I was interning for, who I previously helped him shoot a lot of BTS and a lot of reels and a lot of other content. And so one night I met her through him. And so since then, we've just been shooting all kinds of content together. But I'd seen her at a lot of events, including Halloween parties and a lot of other things. She helped me even like with her podcasts also, because she does podcasts completely separate from Fresh and Fit. And we still, she often, she does love the photos I do for her. She thinks I do, we both, she thinks I do a good job every time. And so we often collab on posts and it's pretty awesome. It's pretty great. And so she's great. She's a great person to shoot content with. So she's
There
one of
you
the
go.
many people I've done collabs with.
And you know who I just thought of about right now? Shout out to Devin. Yo, Devin, what's good? There's so much collaboration out
Yeah.
here, man. I think like the larger picture would just be a lot of what we're doing with like here, this these Zoom calls, the Fresh and Fit meetups, like collaborating and pushing everybody's level to the next level. We
Mm-hmm.
definitely help people go to the next level. That's really what joining Revenue
Mm-hmm.
Mentor is all about, bro. It's really been
Mm-hmm.
uplifting or building up or getting you to the next thing. I think that if you were to count, like I would like to believe that if you meet us today, we are much more self-improved than just a month ago or just 2 months ago. Like 2 months ago, we definitely didn't have as much success as we have today. And that is the building blocks that we live by. Like we're always improving, building, going up, aging like wine. You feel me? Like just making
Yeah.
better things happen. So you go ahead, you do the collaborations with Clara, and it seems like you two have formed a good relationship in the sense that there's a great like
Yes, we
collaboration
have a
ship.
fantastic relationship. We're great.
There you go, right? So
Yeah.
like you take the photos, she loves the photos, and that's kind of where you want like your
Yeah.
clients to be in any collaboration. So there's a point in time where you're kind of like struggling to, let's say, do the sales part of this thing, right? Because sales isn't something that you particularly focus in on, and you may have talked
Uh,
about how this brand approach sells sales, advertising, marketing, networking, e-commerce, and speed dating, right? Things most people need in their life to be advancing in their life. Now, at the time, you had a tap link and it was cool, and there was some ways to book you through there and stuff. But we said, yo, listen, my boy, we need to talk about, running advertisements. We need to run bookings. We need to have that kind of system built out on a website. Shout out to Viate. We put that on a software and then boom, we put it on a website. And then another thing I put together 5 different packages for you to be able to market yourself to different people to network with, right?
yes, and I have sent that to a lot of people. The signature package being the highest one. I've sent offers to a ton of people, including wedding groups and fashion
Yes.
brands, offering special photos for whatever outfits they need, more lifestyle photos of with models.
Yo, I love that you're saying that, bro, because for everybody that's watching, please go ahead and tell them how you learned about what an offer is. You know what I'm saying? Teach
Yeah.
them about offer language, teach them about why offers are important, and teach them what you like to offer specifically from photographer Noah, my boy.
Well, I like to offer my work and I like to offer my expertise and I like to offer my personal experience. And I'm
Okay.
basically, with all my work, I'm true to my style.
Right, right. So for again, the people that are listening, what is an offer? What is offer language?
An offer is something where you add value to like helping to closing a deal that actually you taught me how to like get better with providing value. And so I
Let's
kind of just
go.
went from there with a handful of other scenarios that I still approve, that I still like run by you often to for you to like help coach me on it. And it's been a big break. It's been lit.
Right, because when what happens is that when you create offer language and add value, what happens is you start to know what you're selling.
Hmm.
So when you are locked in and you know what you're selling, you also know what you're not selling, right?
Hmm.
So like for example, if like a movie set said, "Hey, Noah, we want to offer you this much money to come and work for us, and you're gonna like shoot a cinema right now, right?"
Hmm.
Versus a movie theater. If a movie theater said, "Hey, we want you to take pictures of the guests coming into the movie theater, but we're not going to pay you anything," which offer would you take? The movie that's going to pay you, or the movie theater that doesn't want to do anything? You know what I mean?
Movie theater that's gonna pay you.
Yeah, right, the movie set. So the point of an offer is that you're just finding a way to completely know what you're selling, and from knowing what you're selling, shout out to Grio, my dog. He's another Fresh and Fit supporter, very close to Fresh, from what I understand. You know what I'm saying? My dog's in the CEO network. You know what I mean? My dog, Grio, aka Christian, you already know the vibes. He is a photographer. And when I was doing photography as well, it's like a no-brainer that if you're going to offer your services, you want to offer to weddings, right? Why? Why do you want to offer to weddings? Because that is a extremely special day in people's lives. And as you get into photography, you do weddings, you want to do the kids with the mom and stuff like that, like family photos. And the more that you can offer them to have like a portrait of their life as to what they're going to be doing, then that's when the offer and the value starts to really come out. Because like right now, let's say modeling, we're in a you I would say that we're kind of in a disparity where every single girl wants to be a model. And you learn really quickly as a photographer who are real models that have practiced this and know
Hmm.
their stuff, and who just wants to be pretty and is just getting in it because everyone else is doing it, right?
Yeah.
So there's that type of climate that you're in. Actually, is there any photographs that you could pull up for us to showcase some of your work?
Yeah. Give me a second.
Hell yeah, my guy. So are you gonna show us on your
My
computer?
screen. Yeah.
Does this let you share the screen
Hang on. Let me
on
see.
on your end?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Good vibes. Shout out to juicing. God, that is delicious, man. Oh, very cool. Is that sharing like your? Okay, there we go. There we go.
You see it?
Yes, sir. We see it all. All right, all right. Walk us through the photos, man. Give us the vibes. Give us the laydown. How did it happen? Who are we looking at? Where can we follow them? Give us
So
the info.
this was from one of these brands that's been paying me lately. This is from New York Fashion Week, which was last month. It was a pretty cool spot.
I remember in a conversation that one of these girls is referred to as the girl with the perfect body.
Yeah, a lot of them do. That's
That's
like the
funny.
best part of my job for sure.
All right,
But
so Who else is in here? Tell us about the time, the place, the location,
So
some of your favorite shots.
these were at this fashion show called Love is in the Air with black tape, the body tape.
Mhm.
So these
Yo,
are
shout
some of
out
the
to the
body
black
tape
tape projects.
ones.
I should have came to one of those because
Yeah.
black tape is something that was really popular a few years ago.
It's
Obviously, it's
actually
still
my
popular
second
now.
one that I went to down here in South Florida. I mean,
Nice.
I tried to get into it for Art Basel, but it was like $500 for like a photographer pass. But these are all still from that same event.
Oh, you know what? I believe Devin actually did a black tape one too, bro. Shout
Yeah,
out to Devin again.
I found that on her thing.
Very cool.
These
And
are
who's
Clara
this,
here.
bro?
This is Clara.
Yo, that's like your bestie, right? So shout out to Clara. Give us like an idea. Why is she holding some vinyls? What are these shots supposed to mean? Why does she look so Versace? You know, like what's the vibes here?
Well, she just kind of invited me saying she wanted to shoot content. So this was what she was wearing.
It's like a
And
young Donatella Versace in this photo, right?
so she had a friend who had this really nice apartment in Wynwood. So this is where we were doing these.
Very
And
cool.
this was at a tattoo parlor where I got some photos of of the person who owns this tattoo parlor is also like a fashion designer too.
Is
So
that the
she's
person
also,
who tats her?
sorry. No,
Like, is this?
she didn't do hers, but like she's trying on some of her outfits. So this is where I got these from.
But yeah, I'm sorry. As you were saying, she's a fashion designer and
Yeah.
so on and so forth.
Yeah. But yeah.
Very cool shots, man. So yeah, I mean, I got to be honest, bro. There's something about her that has that it factor for sure. It seems like she's probably coming up through the game. You know what I mean? So shout out to you, Clara. And bro,
Shout
give us
out.
some of these shots here. Where is it at Dare nightclub, bro? There's people that are not from Florida watching. They don't know where's Fort Lauderdale, where's Miami. You know, like walk them through the vibes.
Well, yeah, I shoot at a lot of fancy events. So that's kind of what I get. I get cool stuff of gorgeous women who are like models, and the rest is pretty much history.
Yes, sir. So then on top of that, we've talked about monetizing your game, right? Now
Mhm.
we get a chance to talk a little bit more about like Noah, his services, things that you like to offer into the world. So we've talked about a couple different methods, right? Do you remember one of them being 500px?
Yes, yes.
Very good, man. How has your experience been with 500px? Because I know you're still probably in the research phase, but
I'm
it's
still
something I
just kind
recommend.
I'm still uploading photos to it,
Mhm.
especially for the licensing part, to where I could get paid for it, but no luck with me like making money from it just yet.
Right, right. Now, so let's talk about the making money part, right?
Yeah.
Describe that in your words.
Um, I would describe that as people buying my images from 500px that are like super high quality, that are like super edited, but like where I'm true to my style, whether it's like for my travels, stuff I find. I picture that I picture that happening by people buying my photos through 500px to use for other purposes.
100%. Do you know what licensing is?
I have an idea. Yeah.
Give me a description and then I'll go ahead and describe it to you in full.
Licensing is when you have content that's original from you, a company has to pay you or get approval from you to use that content for other creative purposes.
Exactly. That is exactly what it is in a nutshell. A very like small like description of
Yeah.
licensing, right? Because it can expand. But like I'll make it even more simple, right? I used to actually have to do licensing for companies that I worked for. So I had to like reach out to their licensing agency. And
Mhm.
I'll give you an example, right? Let's say that you have a t-shirt company and your t-shirt company is just shooting out a bunch of white t-shirts, white cotton t-shirts, right? Kind of like the one that you have on it there, but like just a bunch of white or black, right? Nothing, no, it only has two colors, nothing else in the whole factory, right? and you're just starting off and you say, you know what, my guy, since we have all these shirts printing out, why don't we put Batman on the shirt? Batman's super popular. Well, you can't just put Batman on the shirt. You have to reach out to DC Comics. You have to
Yeah.
actually reach out to them. You have to call them and say, hey, DC Comics licensing department, I have a warehouse that shoots out 10,000 white t-shirts a day, and we would like to buy some of the rights to use licensing, right? That's what that is, to put Batman on your t-shirt, on our t-shirts, and sell them so you get a piece and we get the piece, the rest of it. You feel me?
Mhm.
And that's exactly what licensing is. Now we do the same thing with photography. With photography, you fulfill the need for licensing that the other people don't have. So if you start taking pictures of beers and the beer company doesn't have the photography, they can license it from you, the original owner.
Mhm.
If you need models, bikini girls, they can do it from you. If it product photography and landscape photography and real estate photography and of course the models, that's really where photographers thrive. You what you say?
Yes. I'm sorry. What do you mean?
Well, where do you think photographers thrive right now?
I think they thrive wherever, really. Just depends on how well they play their cards and how well they kind of market themselves.
Fantastic. Okay, so there's 500px, and then of course there is you using your Canon Rebel and also being able to teach people stuff, right? So
Mhm.
now that we've covered some of these things, right? How do you believe that you've been able to innovate the photography game since you came on there?
Well, I just kind of do me, I just go as is and trust my training from school, trust my training from other people, and I just go as is,
Fantastic.
have a natural way to it.
So now let's talk about some of the struggles of being a photographer, right?
Yeah.
In today's day and age, a lot of people feel as if because I have a phone, because I have a cell phone, I might not need a photographer. Or, because photography is so seen and so accessible, maybe I don't need this guy. So talk to us about like, even Peter Parker was Spider-Man, right? There's some, or a photographer, right? There's like some certain struggles that come with photography. Are you with us, dude? It looks like you're falling asleep. You good?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
All right, cool. So some of the struggles of being a photographer is that they might not book you the right way, or they might overwork you, or
Yeah.
they might not pay you. So give me an idea of like the struggles of the struggling side of photography.
So that is definitely one of the struggles of it is people um are hesitant to pay you, even if they do have all the money they want to spend, even if they're like very wealthy people who wealthy clients who want to hire you. That's one thing they do is hesitate a lot, especially down here. And you just have to learn to play your cards right, and you can get that out of them for sure.
Without using any names, can you give us some examples of what that is like?
You mean
The,
I would
the
say,
struggling side. I know you get like paid on other sides. We've had some good like sidebar conversations to make sure that you people get your money and all that. And I myself got a chance to pay you, my boy. Shout out to that shit, right?
hell
But
yeah.
in the meantime, we're talking about the struggles of photography. You feel me? So
Yeah.
give us some examples of some struggles that you yourself have gone through.
I've often struggled with um, not being chosen over a professional photographer, especially with the pay and especially with what I've been promised by a lot of people. A lot of people will often just like choose a professional photographer over me who's like almost 40 or something like that. But I'm still like showing up to stuff, just looking for people who will start paying me and showing them all the stuff we set up, like in what, like, um, giving the offers about like catering to what they want, whether it's like fashion designers, swimwear brands, you name it.
Right.
That's
So
what I
like
do.
shaping offers that best suit what they need and
Yeah.
to get the best
And
out of
pretty
it.
much, you can call it pretty much going around the professional photographer who is getting hired more. So like literally going around and finding someone else, basically.
Now, another thing that we were recently talking about is perception, right? So why do you, again, you just showed us some beautiful shots of these girls on your photography portfolio there, right? And to the untrained eye, I wouldn't be able to tell. Like, let's just like for this example, I recognize Clara, and we'll use her photos, the one where she's wearing Versace, or
Yeah.
it looks like Versace to me, right? The photos of her, if I were to see them, if you told me a professional photographer took the photo or Noah took the photo, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between who the fuck is who at this point,
No,
right?
no, you wouldn't.
So why are you any less professional? The answer is you're not, right? So it's about perception and it's about how you sell yourself, right?
Common sense.
Right. Well, there's that too, right? But it's also how well you sell to
Yeah.
people of common sense, right? So it's how well you display your portfolio and how professional you sound, how you sell yourself, and how you come off. So in between dating and in between professionalism, we were recently having a conversation about changing your look to kind of like present yourself in a whole different way. So give us like that conversation that we recently had. What are some things that you think that we are probably going to do in the near future to improve your look, your style, so people take you more seriously in both the professional and dating game?
Well, definitely go shopping for some cool clothes, making myself look more stylized. That's pretty much what we went into.
And then cutting the hair, right?
Yeah,
Because
a little bit,
I have
a
two
little
coaches
bit.
for you. There's me, Coach Taz, and Coach Kaz. Everybody wants to give you game, right?
Mhm.
I was talking to Coach Kaz. Shout out to Kaz, boy. You already know. And you've also talked to Taz in person, right?
Mhm.
Tez gave you really good game on how to utilize your voice and how to like portray yourself and how to be confident. And Kaz, one of the things that he talked about is like, listen, man, when I cut the hair off, girls took me a lot more serious. It just is what it is. Ladies like what they like. They're wired to like what they like, and it is their way. It's all subconscious. It's all just natural. It is part of the game, right? So cutting the hair off is one of the things that we talked about. And then, of course, growing out the beard and then, you know, getting that all handled because we have a couple ways to make sure that your shit comes in right. But yeah, there's that. And then tell them about your workout routine, bro. How many times have we gone to the gym? How
We've
serious have
gone,
you taken fitness?
I've taken fitness very seriously. We've gone out a ton to the gym. I actually, while looking for another opportunity to shoot more content, I was actually at a kickboxing gym yesterday, which was pretty fun, where I started it off by working out more intensely. And I was shooting, and then I shot content for one of the boxer coaches who was coaching me.
For the people that don't know, one of the most popular kickboxing or boxing gyms out here in Miami is Boxer,
That's where
spelled
I
B
was
O X
yesterday.
R. Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Boxer?
it was
Yo,
pretty cool. It's a pretty cool gym.
shout out to Brother Fresh. He goes to Boxer, I believe, and pretty much every influencer wants they favor Boxer for whatever reason. Like they like that one the most, right?
Yeah,
Boxer has like Lamborghinis inside of it, you
yeah,
know, like
it
all that cool
does.
stuff. Like just that's what they like. They like what they like. And you and me, we'll spend a lot of time at like LA Fitness because like you know,
We
LA
will.
Fitness is where it is, you know it
It's
is, you know what I'm
close. Yeah,
saying? But you know what? Noah, we probably should do some content for the influencers over at Boxer. I'm gonna write that down, bro.
yeah. Well, I actually met crazy thing. How I ended up at Boxer was I met a guy at the Kava bar who I was kind of speaking to, who's a personal trainer at Boxer. And I told him I definitely did want to work out at his gym. I wanted him to train me doing kickboxing. And I definitely did say to him, if he could get me, I'd love to meet more like of the influencers he trains. And I'm definitely going to shoot content for him and for the influencers he trains. So that was what happened yesterday. I shot content for him while sometime after that we worked out together and he trained me doing kickboxing, which was fantastic.
Very good, my dude. I like that move because it's all a man should know how to fight. If you don't know how to fight and you're a man, it's like kind of the whole point of being in a relationship with a girl is she wants protection from the male. So the dude must have some
Mhm.
ability to protect. You know what I mean? Another thing that you had mentioned is the kava bar, bro. What is one of the innovations that I had told you to bring to the kava bar and tell them about your love of kava?
My love of Kava is that it's a really nice incentive. And I'm actually planning a gallery exhibition there. So a lot of the prints are ready, but we will definitely get back to you with a date and time for sure.
Yeah, man. So, this goes into the next portion of what we're talking about, right? Now, I had come to the conclusion based on some of our conversations that you honestly might be better off working for me than to be taking these things into your own hands. Because I'd be able to set you up with dates, guide you to the school, connect you with people a lot faster, and
Okay.
just do a lot more bookings, a lot more quicker in this black time that you're learning on how to sell yourself, right? But in between that time, we've had a lot of the conversations about you making money from your own hands, how to be your own businessman, making your own hustle. Because it's important that you understand how to do that first, so you know where you're going and you know what you're being guided to anyway, right? Which is not what they teach you in school. In school, they do not teach you to be reliant on yourself. On school, they teach you to be reliant on everybody else like a little bitch. And that doesn't actually help you in real life, right? Because right now, some easy things that we can talk about revenue mentor, and you might be experiencing yourself. It's uncommon for you have a bachelor's degree, right? You've
Correct.
graduated. So like
Correct.
it's uncommon for a dude who's 24 to have a bachelor's degree to not be hired at places. But right now, in this past February and March, the US has reported an all-time hiring low, right? And that doesn't affect the people that are in revenue mentor, because these are the type of people that hustle and innovate for themselves and pick up their own clients and deliver their
Mhm.
own services and offer their own brands and help people grow. I mean, even in this conversation, we've talked about growth that I've imparted onto you and growth that you've done since then to be a better man, right? So, in the process of growing and building out your own brand, let's talk about that from your point of view. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that we've talked about before. At full optimization, photographer Noah running his own business, booking the photo shoots, taking his clients to another level. Let's start talking about like what you would like to offer in a perfect scenario, like your vision board, the best scenario. How many clients would you like to have in a month? How much money would you like to make in a month? How much photography would you like to have online in a month? And what would be the best version of Photographer Noah on a monthly basis that you could possibly deliver to the people at maximum value provided today?
All right. Well, I definitely would be liking to make 1,000 to 2,000 a month, like anything in between that. And so I'd love to get a ton of clients a month. I definitely would love to work in-house in a studio with other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty much open to any kind of photography. I'm open to product photography. I'm open to fashion photography. I'm open to model photography. I'm open to event photography, literally, you name it. And so when I'm having multiple things going on, like per week, that's where I'm at my best.
Fashion photography, model photography, event, and product, right?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so now I know that when you say 1 to 2,000 a month, you're talking about like the beginning because you want to scale upwards, right?
Yeah. Well, the beginning, I wouldn't mind it just being 1,000.
Mhm.
So anywhere in between 1,000 and 2,000.
Right, right. So there's that, and then there's scaling your services. And right now, you know, there's a couple different ways to approach this. One, if you taught photography online, you'd be making a lot more money than that. And
Yeah.
you're aware of that, correct? Like if you taught people how to become a photographer like yourself and
I'm
how to get
open
in.
to it.
Have I had that conversation with you on how to become
Yeah.
like an
Well, I
educator?
want you to show me how to do that for sure.
Okay. So you want me to show you how to become an educator? I got you.
Yes.
Like, because if you do that in the education space, you'll make like way more money than being the actual photographer itself, right? But like going balls to the walls, making 1 or 2,000 a month. How many clients do you believe you'd be taking on to do that?
Um, per month, I would say 50, between 50 and 60.
Clients,
Yeah.
like models or like models right now,
Like
right? Because that's like
anyone,
your, yeah.
anyone.
Okay. 15, 16 months. And that's kind of how you network right now. Like, you know, a lot of fucking people, right?
Hmm.
Like, it just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. So, you know, like, okay, to make like the $1,000 a month, all you'd have to do is sell the signature package like 3 times and you'd already be
Yeah.
done, right? Like, that's just 3 sales, boom. So you have that set up, and with Google ads or TikTok ads, you can knock out 3 sales a month every month. We just gotta, you know, right here, right now, we're coming up with the discipline of that. So let's have a conversation about that, right? Right here, right now. This could also go into advertising yourself as a photographer. So we might actually put this entire lesson on the Google Ads side. Let's talk about Google Ads. Have you ever done Google Ads before?
No.
Ever heard of Google Ads before?
Yes.
Ever heard of TikTok before?
Yes.
Ever heard of TikTok ads before?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever ran any advertisements?
No.
All right. If I asked you how much budget that you had to invest in yourself right here, right now, in this context, let me describe the context first, and then let's see what you got, right? So to get 3 sales out of the signature package that we built for you, also, real quick, can you show people the signature packages while I'm talking?
Give me a second.
Yes, sir. What we could do right here, right now, is we can shoot some content, and that content would be something that you put on either TikTok or Instagram, right? And that it doesn't matter which one that you choose, but I would probably say I haven't seen your TikTok. If your TikTok's well built, maybe TikTok, but like obviously Instagram is well built at this moment in time. The content is literally you booking what you do. Yo, shout out to joinrevenuementor.com.
So this is for me here. Our awesome pricing.
Yes, sir. Yo,
Here's my signature package right here.
tell them what they get in the signature package, bro.
So in the signature package, you get multi-day up to 2 consecutive days, 10 hours total, up to 7 locations, um, a number of 75 edited photos, um, photo delivery on in your own private viewing gallery, and um, complimentary behind the scenes photos and short video clips, and an additional session over Zoom or phone call.
There you go, man. See, that's some wonderful value that you bring to the table, because a person that works with you can clearly be a client for life in this method, right?
Mhm.
And that's really good. So, how much is that again? Go up to the top right there.
This one is 325.
325. So if you sold that, like let's say 4 or 5 times, that's again going to be an easy sale for you, because people need photography, man, and that's not what you sell, it's how you sell it and how well you sell it, right? So
Mhm.
let's say you did 325 times 3, 975. 325 times 4. That's 1,300. So let's say 325 times 6. All right. So you know what? Let's just say 325 times 7. Let's say that you made 7 sales a month, right, Noah?
Mhm.
$2,275. So let's talk about Google Ads right now, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you and me, you know, I'm holding the camera and you're talking in front of the camera and you're saying, hey, it's photographer Noah here. I'm offering you a special photo shoot anywhere in Florida. We could go to, you know, South Beach or Fort Lauderdale or South Point. I'll shoot you at the most exclusive locations. Make sure that you look like the most iconic. And by the time that you're done with me, your Instagram will be a banger. You'll not only have photos for your stories, but you can use behind the scene photos for your stories while we put the real photos on your photography session and on the grid, and make you look like a beast. I know that Instagram has recently changed up its dimensions from square to rectangle, and we'll take care of that too, and we'll compensate like that type of photography too, right? We'll make it look good. Now let's say that we shoot that kind of video. You with me, bro? It looks like you've fallen asleep again.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that you shoot that video and you have that content and you upload it online. Now we need to advertise it, right? So what will happen is if you spend some money on advertising, you get a conversion. So let's say that you were to put like $600 aside, right, in advertising.
Hmm.
you would actually, I actually through my methods, I guarantee you'd be able to make 7 sales. So you could spend 600, make 2,000 the first month. You could spend 600, probably scale it up to 3,000 the next month, 4,000 the next month. We really actually need to do Google Ads. How would you feel about getting into setting aside an advertising budget, spending money advertising yourself? And if you were to speak to an older generation, the advertising would be very much like putting an ad in the paper. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's like putting an advertisement in the paper so people know that you're selling your services because you already got marketing content on the internet marketing yourself, right? They're the product.
Hmm.
But what you need to do at this point for your little your business here, the only thing that you're actually missing is advertising, because you are networking in real life. You're going up to people and you're known in real life. You need to message everybody again, reconnect with everybody again, but you also need to have advertising clients that buy your signature package out here so they can come with you in Florida. How would you feel about, let's say, getting to a position where you could spend 500, 600 a month to pull in 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, $5,000 a month?
I'd be in for that.
And for that, all right, let me write that down because that's the next thing you and me will do is Google Ads training. Go ahead and pull up your, like there's a Noah Melman Gmail that you sent me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, pull up your Gmail in another tab real quick. Okay, this is an iPad. All right, you just
Yeah.
go to Safari, open up another tab here and type in Google Ads. All right. Start now. So we'll make an account right here, right now. So for people that don't know, this is Google Ads, and this is what the only really missing piece that Noah has right now to his life. What he needs to do is he needs to fill this out with me. We need to go through all of this. We need to fill it in step by step. And you see where it says go to my website, enter a page web URL,
Mhm.
go to photographer Noah, click on the signature package, click on get started now on the signature package. That link is what you'd be advertising,
Got
right?
it.
So yeah, go down, put that. That's the page. So that's what you would be advertising so people understand. And in the videos, that is what you would be selling. You get me? In the videos that the people see on these ads, whether it be through TikTok or Google Ads, look, they can call your phone or go to the page. For now, just put call my phone. No, I'm sorry, website next. And these are the kind of systems that me and Byte build, right?
Hmm.
So describe what makes your business unique. And these are things that you and me will continue to build out. Also, go another tab over, open up a new tab. Well, that's still going to stay there, but open up a new tab. Type in
Okay.
TikTok ads. Now type in TikTok ads. Now, TikTok ads is like penny on the dollar advertising. Hit start now. Sign in with your actual account that you use, like whatever one is the most popular one.
Oh, wait.
Oh, this is the sauce. And yeah, you already have the website URL. You can say e-commerce photography if it has something close to photography. Services, try services. Is there anything in services?
Oh, here. Got it.
Easy. So that's pretty on brand, right?
Hmm.
Now, what happens, Noah, is that that link, you spend a little bit of money advertising the link on your videos. So you and me can shoot. Yeah, see, it's trying to give you 200 bucks in credit already. What will happen is you and me will shoot content specifically that advertises your brand. While another, shout out to what me and photographer Noah talked about, but you and me are actually going to shoot some DJ matchmaker content, right?
We
And
are.
you see how it's trying to get you link clicks or website views. So what happens is like you spend a few $100 to get people to click on it, they buy it, you're booking up your whole calendar. That's exactly what we're gonna do. You feel me?
Hmm.
This is the stage that you're at now because you've spent time with me and you've got your own website through the brand. You've got your own brand. You got your name through the brand. You've built your clients through the brand. You've got a gallery coming up, and now all you really need is to pull in a completely booked schedule. So I believe you actually have a calendar. Can you pull that up in another tab for us? Because I think that you have
Google
a.
Calendar.
Do you have Calendly or Google Calendar? What do you have? What do you
I,
use?
I have the regular one,
What's the regular one?
like the one built in on your phone. This one.
Oh, is that what you use for your photo shoots?
Yes.
All right. Well, for people to book with you, you're gonna need the Calendly. I believe you and me actually set up a Calendly for when we were
Let me
doing
check.
Selfie. Yeah. You should definitely have one of those. And the whole purpose of this would be for
Got it.
you. Yeah. You want to fill up your calendar with as many bookings as possible. So you like to say, work with 50, 60 people a month. That's like two people in a day every day. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You just want to keep going, keep working, keep breaking in the money. So if
Mhm.
you did it by this math, and you had two people a day every day buying the signature package, I'm gonna do the math on that, which is like maximizing to the best, right?
Mhm.
But 325 times two is 650 in one day, and you want it every day. I'll put 28 days because there's some weekend. No, 5, 10, 15, 20 times 20 because I do. Are you gonna work the weekends?
Yes, I am.
All right, then I'll put 31. Fuck it. Times just let's say 30. You'd be making 20,000, almost $20,000 a month doing it that way. You feel me? That's
Mhm.
way, and that's why I say like you are underpricing yourself because you don't understand it yet. But to get to the $19,000 that we just talked about, that takes a lot of optimizing, and that's what I can teach you. So that's kind of what you're at. So you and me will do lessons exactly on this. And
Oh yeah.
the next Zoom call that we do will be exactly on this. So what I'll have you do is get like your credit card ready or your debit card or whatever you have. We'll put some money aside, we'll budget it, you'll spend some money advertising, but as a
Yeah.
result, you'll have guaranteed bookings. So you'll spend a little bit of money to get the advertising, which is called cost of customer acquisition. Maybe you need to spend 20 bucks to get a new client who's going to pay you the
Yeah.
325.
That I'd be fine doing $20.
That's part of the class. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'd be fine you using $20 for like the advertising. That should be fine.
Right. So what you
Yeah.
want to do is like put yourself in a position with let's say it might be easier to use TikTok for you. With Google ads, you want to use $20 every day. So you want to have like a budget set aside of like 600 bucks just ready to go, right?
Okay.
TikTok ads, you might get a little further, a little faster, but we got to shoot content as a part of that process, which we'll shoot as a part of the DJ matchmaker process. But go back to Google ads, TikTok ads real quick.
Hmm.
You want website conversions. Click on that. Yep. So yeah, we'll set up one of these very soon. And then we'll start the process of scaling your business because I'm actually surprised at how far along you are, but don't realize how far along you are. So go ahead and switch the screen back over to me and you talking so that people can get some cool clips. Hey, my boy. So that's good, Noah. You got some really cool stories. You've also done some cool stuff with Clara. Here's some of your homework, okay? Some of
Okay.
your homework is going to be getting videos ready for you and me to offer your services in video format. You've offered yourself in emails.
Hang
You've
on, let me
offered
write this down.
yourself.
Sorry, what's the first one?
You're gonna you're gonna create some offer language for you to offer your photography services in the format of video.
Getting videos ready to offer.
Photography. Now, if you remember, I told you that you and me are going to shoot at specific locations, right? Like
Okay.
South Beach, Design District, Wynwood, like the coolest spots.
Mm-hmm.
The balcony is something that we could do for people on like a special basis.
Mm-hmm.
But like as you know, I got rid of my other place. I have this place, and we could reserve it for like special situations. But you want, in general, for all the people to get like what is generally available to the general public, right? So, have you ever been to like Vizcaya?
No, I haven't.
Write down, Vizcaya. Yeah, let me send that to you. You need to go to Vizcaya, bro. That's like an amazing photography spot.
Got
Have you
it.
ever you ever been to the Breakers?
No.
Holy shit, no. We gotta, we're about to make some models have a great life, bro. Hey, girls, we gotta take you to Vizcaya. Hey, girls, we gotta take you to the Breakers. You don't have to do anything. We'll take care of you. But like, these girls are living a great life. But like you're also gonna have the clients that don't know you. So your homework is to make some offer-based videos where you can offer your services through the video. So good and so profound that people understand it. You probably also want to be taken seriously. So we're gonna go ahead and get you some clothes to look good in the video and cut your hair to look good in the video. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
people take you seriously.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, like I said, your look is cool, but it's reminiscent of the Tom Holland Spider-Man. We need to man you up a little bit and go in a different route. So you're maximizing attraction for dating, but you're also maximizing professionalism,
Mm-hmm.
and this all overlaps with dating as well. So you're kind of in a space where you're like it's reaching into multiple levels. Your other homework is to reach out to brother Tez and brother Kaz for coaching. Your job is to tell them where you are, tell them everything that you and me talk about, and your job is to get them to analyze your game and to sharpen your game and let them know you need help with game. So I'm gonna send you Kaz. Yo, shout out Kaz, my boy. I'm gonna send you Kaz's Instagram right now. Uh, let's go share this profile to Tucker for Noah. And then we're also going to send Brother Tez. Hi, the man Tez. With photographer Noah. Boom. There it goes. All right. So I just sent you two brothers to reach out to sharpen your game as far as, being a gentleman and being able to communicate with ladies. Your homework is to reach out to Kaz, reach out to Tez, and create offer language for the video. So when we link up, which will be shortly, we are going to have knock out of the park content. And with that, that'll give you a sharpened up focus for what we do in Brickell, what we do in South Beach, what we do in Fort Lauderdale. This is really what you need. After that, what we're going to do is refine your offers and put together a business card. So I want you to start coming up with business card ideas. Not the business card that you tap, but the business cards that you print out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do is I'll teach you how to print out a couple of them at a time. Either order them to your house or go with me to the store and we'll just go and grab a few and pass out a few. But the point of the business card is that I will ask you to become even better at selling yourself. That is the point. Because if you hand someone a card, it doesn't mean anything. The whole point of the card is professionalism, to show that you're responsible, to show that you're contactable, show that you really are a businessman. But it really comes down to how well you sell yourself. Like, for example, with the boxer gentleman, you said, hey, look, man, if we can collaborate, we can exchange services. What I'll do is I'll shoot your content. You show me how to kickbox. Or I'll shoot, your reels. I'll shoot the content that you need. And then the more that you talk about what you're doing, Noah, the better that you're going to get at it every single time. And if
Mm-hmm.
you do this, let's say you hand out 20 business cards a day, lock in 2 clients a day, you get two, and then on top of that, you also have the advertisements running at the same time, right? you're going to have a fully booked up calendar. So what's going to happen is now you're going to have more revenue than you've ever had before. When you have more revenue than you ever had before, which is money, right? When you have more money than you
Yeah.
ever had before, we're going to talk about how to put some of that money aside for your profits, some of that money aside for more advertising, customer acquisition, and then the most important part of your profits is your portfolio. Tell people right here, right now, some of the things that I talked about in diversifying your portfolio with profits, as far as stocks and crypto, some of the conversations we've had.
I don't remember them too well, but I would just love for you to kind of like refresh me a little bit.
All right. So do you
Like,
remember I was teaching you how to, let's say, start off buying stocks
oh
and
yeah.
through what did I teach you to buy stocks through for a beginner?
You said, I think you said Apple.
That is a stock. What platform do you buy the stock on?
I
Cash
which
App. Cash App.
Cash App, got it.
Yeah. So that would have been
I
like
have
a
that, yeah.
start, right? So just to start to understand like what it looks like, the ups and the downs, I said take like $5, buy a fractional share of like Tesla or Apple. So you spend $5, buy a fractional share, which is not a full share, but a fractional share, right? Like a full share of Tesla is probably like 200 or $400 or something, right? And over a period of time, that 400 can become 800, but it might be over years versus cryptos like over the same day with meme coins. So we'll talk about diversifying your portfolio, and we're gonna start maximizing your hustle now, man. So what's gonna happen now is we are gonna start closing out the conversation because it seems like we have some objectives, and I really can't tell if you're gonna fall asleep on me or not, bro. It's like
Yeah,
insane.
just you're good. You're good.
And we're gonna recap all the cool things that you're gonna be able to do with some advertising. You feel me? So as we're
Yeah.
wrapping up the conversation, bro, go ahead and start closing out. Give me some summarizing thoughts on what we've talked about so far.
Yes. We have talked about I definitely am going to reach out to some more fashion brands. I'm going to check out Vizcaya. I'm going to check out the Breakers. I'm going to look into men's styles for going clothes shopping. I'm going to come up with business card ideas, and I'm going to look into the budget I can use for ads. I just have to pull a few strings with that before I can actually go forward with doing the ads part. So I should be good to go.
Yo, for the clothes, this is actually a website directly from Brother Biotech. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Brother Biotech, shout out to you. This is a cool place where you can get like some cool clothes, some cool. Maybe really like go through it and we'll see what your style is.
Yeah.
I have a couple ideas for your style, whether it's like closer to Biotech style or closer to my style. You're gonna need to pick a style that matches you.
Yeah.
So you yourself are not a
That's kind of the
dude.
point I try to get across.
Okay, so yeah, it's like the point would be to abandon like t-shirts and polos, and to
Well,
go into
no.
like a unique look that's more like to you.
Well, not really that, but kind of like what you were saying before, like change it up, but still kind of go like choose your own style, choose what suits you.
100%. I'd like you to be a little bit more rugged because that's what women want from you, my boy. They want you to
What do
look
you,
a little bit more rugged.
okay.
So
I,
look into what rugged means to you, and well that'll be one of the things. And then as we're closing it out, my boy, you got some more people that we got to shout out, man. Pull up your Instagram, show us your actual Instagram for on the phone, not the screen. Like, do you have your phone on it? Show people like where to follow you, and of course, shout out some of the people you're working with and some of the collaborations you got coming up now.
yeah. So this is me right here, illustrator Noah M.
Boom.
And this is my photography page right here. So I'm shouting out McGritty, Omni Beach Life, D Love, so many fashion brands and so many models like from Miss Dare, Erica, Francie, so many people. It's gonna be
Yo,
lit.
also shout out. Remember when we went and we were hanging out at Kill Your Idol?
Yeah,
What's her name?
Lana. And
Lana,
shout
bro.
out to Lana too.
Shout out to Lana. She is a cool soul. I would like to talk to her again. Because
Yeah.
you know what Lana offered me? She said, "Yo, I want you to DJ over at Kill Your Idol."
Mhm.
So you and me will put that together, dude.
We will. We'll be
DJ
booked
Kill Your.
together and we'll both get
Yeah.
our cut.
Yes, sir. See, because we could just do that because we got why network. We got it
Network.
all. So that being said, my dude, I think this was a good episode one. I think it's a good introduction to who photographer Noah is. What you're actually going to see is that this will be an introductory course on Google advertising. We're going to start talking about Google ads, how Google ads can work for a photographer. I'll talk more about my life in photography, how I think you're really underselling what you could be doing in photography. And then we'll also talk about educating other photographers because Noah, I mean, the difference between doing photography is a few tens of thousands of dollars, whereas teaching photography is a seven-figure business.
Mhm.
Do you know what seven figures means?
That means like 10 million.
Actually, we had the figure conversations. What does six figures mean?
I forgot what it meant. That meant, I forgot what it meant.
What does one figure mean?
A million?
So no. Let me rephrase it like this. The difference between being a photographer is tens of thousands of dollars versus teaching photography, you could put yourself in $1 million business.
Ah, gotcha.
So, that's something to think about and something we can definitely get more sharpened on and more focused on. If you were able to teach people how to be a photographer like yourself in Miami, how to network like how you do in Miami, you could actually teach students. I don't know, would you rather be in a tens of thousands dollar month business making like $100,000 a year, or would you rather make a million a year?
A million a year.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
that what you want to do?
Yeah.
All right, my boy, then we'll talk about that. So that being said, shout out to my dog photographer Noah. You already know you got some homework. Go
Oh,
ahead
yeah.
and look for all the stuff inside the school platform. You got to make some cool posts and make your introductory. Put an introductory post inside of the school platform. You need to introduce yourself to everybody. There's more people in there now. You were the first person to sign up, remember? So like, you didn't have all the members that we have now, but right now, I think excluding yourself, there's 16 other members you need to introduce yourself to.
Got it.
Let them know everything that you offer. Let them know who you are. Let them know about what we just talked about, and that'll be the first thing that you do right now, my boy.
I
And
will.
that being said, yo, shout out to Drew. Drew, man, you are one hell of a model and person. We have got so many people to do these Zoom calls with, Noah. It's
We
been
do.
fantastic talking to you, my boy. I'm going to
Oh,
end
yeah.
this conversation here, and then you and me are going to talk about your homework, and then we got a lot to do. All right, my guy?
Yeah.
All right, my dude. So let me go ahead and pause this. Shay, peace out to the people, man.